What's going on, guys? I have a couple things that I want to get done today. I'm going to start off with wrapping my turbo downpipe in a lava wrap to prevent that from heating up the other lines, which happened at the end of the season for me. My water line for my turbo runs really close to my turbo and headers and downpipe, so I'm going to see maybe wrap the headers in the future. Also, I'm going to start my battery relocation kit, possibly weigh my options to see if I'm gonna pass them under the car, if I'm gonna pass them through the car, make it look as clean as possible, and wrap up some of those wires. I also have tension rods that I found from an old project I had a long time ago. I'm not really sure where they go, so we're gonna find out. But first, I have a buddy's house to go to pick up some car parts for my dad's car, and another buddy's house I'm going to pick up some couplers and to see what else he's got for stuff for my car. So we're gonna hop in the winter beater and get going. Okay, I need gas in the tube, so we'll do that. So picking up where we left off, I got back way later than I was supposed to. Went to a buddy's house, ended up hanging out there for like an hour and a half. Got a bunch of car parts for the Skyline, a bunch of random stuff, Racer Boy steering wheel, and a grill for the winter beater because I broke the last one in a snowbank. But I'll go over my haul with you and maybe film installing the new grill. But pretty much what I'm gonna go over and then pick it back up tomorrow. Getting the battery relocation done and also, what else did I say I was gonna do? I don't remember what else I was supposed to do. So before I call it a night, I'm going to show you guys everything I got in the haul and hopefully pick it back up tomorrow doing battery relocation and wrapping the downpipe, maybe the headers if I can get it off. Yeah, I'll show you everything I got so far. Alright, so first going to start off with my super Racer Boy wheel. I was at my buddy's house. I said I thought it was cool as a joke. He told me to give it to me. So maybe I'll find a minivan or something and put it on. It's got the horn and it's got by the hub adapter. That was one thing. This doesn't really want to stay in there. I gotta glue that back in. Next I got this Euro grill for the winter Preza. So it's a nice new grill. Pretty typical. It just fills in the gap right now because it looks pretty dumb without it. And here's the stuff that matters. Stuff that really counted at this haul. This is the stuff I'm stoked on. I got a bunch of Vibrant couplers. I got a bunch of random no-name couplers. I just need them for maps and stuff. I got a bunch more Vibrant couplers. He hooked it up awesome with all these, and he used charge pipe, more blank couplers. A bunch of random mounting brackets that he had that he just gave to me. Hooked it up fatty style. And last but not least, a cut to length Vibrant coupler, which doesn't really fit anything I need right now, but it'll be a cool decoration to put up somewhere around my little area here. And a real boost gauge, somewhat of a real boost gauge. It's reactive boost gauge, lights up, goes to 30 pounds. I mean, I have these cheap ones that I bought a while ago, but I mean, I'm running 18 pounds and this one goes up to 20 and it's no name brand. I bought this one as like a cheaper digital boost gauge. This is a Dragon gauge, I don't know. So it's pretty cool. Actually have a decent quality turbo gauge that I know works because another one of his buddies had one, so. So this is a little before clip. I know it's dirty, but it's winter here in Montreal, so leave me alone. I bring it to the car wash often. It's just I drive on the highway to work every day. Okay, so turns out the grill doesn't fit. It's for a 2001 and I have a 2004. So I'm gonna give that back to my buddy or sell it and deal with that ugly hole still. Alright, so there's been a hitch in the plans. Some bad news that I had to tear apart my work area. So all my table, my big toolbox, all gone. It's now inside the room. Not the biggest deal in the world. It's nice and exposed and not locked up and out of the way. Pain to get to every time I want to work on a car. But it took me about 2 days and I'm still not even done. I still have my rack to clean off with my extra bucket seats and extra Skyline parts and another cabinet over there full of parts. So I'm gonna try to finish that up and then hopefully finally get some work done on this and put the downpipe tape on. And so I'll come back in a minute and show you where I'm at. I cleaned up what I can clean up until the garbage day comes that I can throw out the big cabinets and everything like that and get rid of my other little toolbox and find a place for like the random rattle cans and everything. But so I'm gonna get started on my battery relocation and my lava wrap on my downpipe. But I also got a couple more packages, so you're gonna have 2 unboxings in one video. So let's get to that. All right, so the first package is a package from Amazon. My oil catch can that I ordered. Nice blue tubing. Got all the mounting hardware, a clamp, some blocker line, just some nuts and bolts for that. Bracket, two-way tape that got destroyed in packaging, all used up. So that got destroyed. Here's the other piece of it, stuck to what I'm assuming is a cap off. I don't know, like one end is like blocked off and the other end's open. You can see in the middle there that like open and split, and they just sort of give it to you like this so you don't lose anything. Some more hose clamps, big hose clamp, mounting hardware. Now this is a tiny, super small, get it out of the way with the empty at the bottom, which is huge, which my Cusco that I have doesn't have. The drain at the bottom, which is awesome. It's a nice red. I don't know why I got red, not black, but feeling fancy that day, so this is awesome. And package number 2. This, if I'm not mistaken, is my battery box. Slap the battery in here for the trunk of my car. Stoked on this. Gonna do a ghetto setup and like put a piece of metal around the battery in the trunk, but I'm like, let me get an actual nice proper box size. The strap that goes on it and some mounting hardware. Alright, now I'm gonna finish up making this wire nice and clean like this one. Probably throw some loom or some electrical tape around the rest and make it nice and clean for when I connect the positive. So having a nice clean connection and no problems. As you can see, my battery sort of went bad. It's all corroded and stuff, so time for new ones anyway. Go. Nice and new. So now it needs to connect together. It's going to be a nice clean connection with the positive that we're going to run through around this hole right here. Alright, so to start the battery relocation, I'm going inside the car to drill a hole through the back plate, because in Skyline there's this weird back plate, you can't just drop a seat. I chose to go inside the car because here in Montreal our roads are horrible, potholes, whatever, so to go underneath the car, I would just be worried about hitting something or anything flying up and catching the wire, pinching the wire, anything, taking off a zip tie when I zip tied to the fuel rails and then it dropping, hang down. I just don't want the headache, so I'm going inside the car, through the back, down as clean as possible beside the driver's seat, up and then through the fender and then through one of the stock factory holes. Let me show you that. In the Skyline back seat, this is my little rig here with my light bar. Right down, I pulled it out so you can see it, but when you pull this up, there's nothing holding this. There's one 10mm bolt. After that, you can pull the seat back, and in the middle, there's a little tab that you can pull up and over. So I'm gonna do that and try and lift this up because I don't want to take out all the seats, and it's such a pain to put back in. I've done it once, and I'm not a fan. So I was ordered to take the back seat out. It was pulling up on here. I was gonna pull it. I didn't want to rip it because I'm super anal. I like having a nice clean interior, but doing this, I figured out now that I have a nice light shining in there. You can see that little light, barely, but that little light is where I'm gonna pass the wire through. It makes my life a lot easier. I don't have to cut any holes. Factory holes is always good. I might have to cut a hole near my feet where the gas pedal is, but that's about it. And yeah, so I'm gonna see how that works out. So what I'm doing here is I cut up some vacuum line just because in that wall it's a little sharp and I try and prevent everything. I don't want to be cutting through the rubber just by chance and it touching, grounding out, sparking and causing a fire at all. So this is what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this vacuum hose, I'm going to cut it down like this the whole way. I cut 3 pieces because there's 3 edges close. So I'm just going to take that and place them on. I'll show you after. Just like that should fit nicely over. Okay, so here's the hole. This is for the rear lights. So this is just the wire harness coming through up to the front to get power. This is my battery line. And basically what I'm doing, I'm just trying to protect the cable from touching anything around here. So if it cuts through the rubber by chance, even though it's super thick, I don't need it grounding out and starting a fire behind me where I can't see. Alright, so now you can actually see what I did with the rubber here just to stop this from any rubbing at all. Alright, so coming back around this side, I'm just going to throw the seat in and tuck the wire underneath the back seat right along that crack. Just going to get that done so that I can move my lighting setup and focus on finding a good place to drill a hole so I can pass the positive wire through the fender back into the bay. Alright, so after a struggle and a half to get those 2 10mm bolts at the bottom back in, seats are all nice and in, nothing noticeable, and power wire coming out right there. So now to move on front here, we'll find a place to put a hole. Alright, so I passed the cord for the battery. I got it coming through right there, and on the inside all I did was I took off the little piece of plastic that goes here that covers up some wires, and there's a good spot to drill right through there. The battery's loose for now, I just haven't zip tied that yet. So I got it coming up, and there's a couple holes like this guy and this guy. I'm gonna zip tie, and then I'm gonna zip tie the battery to the actual factory harness, but I'm just gonna bolt together the engine harness and the chassis harness with the positive, and it should be good to go. Drill in the box, then wrap, and then we're done. When I say you just bolt the 3 ends together, I literally mean just get a bolt that fits. 1 part, 2 part, 3 parts of it. I'm gonna clean it up when I run the wires all nice and properly, but just for now to get the idea and just see if the car still starts after this. And all you have to do for this is just wrap the end in electrical tape, which I'm gonna do right now just to show you. And I'm literally just gonna take this and tape around. Because if this positive touches anything and grounds, you could have sparks and you could have a nice little fire show going on. But that's not that nice of a show because it's your car. So that's as legit it has to be. So now I gotta run to the hardware store to get some self-tappers to put the box in the trunk, and also to buy a battery that works for my car and fits in my box. So I'll be back. Alright, so I got the battery, I got self-tappers, it's all in here. With the receipt, I decided I'm not going to tap the battery into the car just yet because I want to do things with the interior, like cut it properly around the strut bar so I can keep the interior, and also maybe install a sub, but not 100% yet. So right now I'm going to, 1, zip tie the cable to the fender, put the fender back on, put the plastic piece in the interior back on, half-ass tuck the wire in the car for now. But yeah, after that, wrap the downpipe. I fucked up royally taking this fender off. Now, this bolt right here and this bolt right here, I just shoved that one in there for now. This one, the bolt underneath that the screw actually goes into, broke off, and that one I stripped to shit. So if anyone out of the few people that are gonna watch this video have any advice to put a bolt back in or something, anything, or do I just zip tie it for now? I'm probably gonna have to do this for now, so at least have a bolt on the front. I have the brackets too, but I don't really trust that. So if anyone has anything, please save my life. Fender is back on, everything's tightened up, flasher's back. Now it's time to attack this downpipe right here. Alright, so I got the downpipe off. I had a lot of trouble getting this bolt out. It was in such an awkward spot. And to get to it, I had to take the sensor out, which was a whole pain in itself. So I have a stud in here. I think it's an HKS downpipe. A buddy of mine told me there's a little square, used to be a sticker, usually how HKS brands their stuff. So basically right now, I'm gonna take this stuff that I bought, this wrap, is a heat wrap. So I'm gonna do it on the downpipe because on Skylines you have your oil feed and your water feed and everything, so you don't really want too much getting too hot around there. You already have the manifold and stuff. So it comes with these metal zip ties I'm gonna try and use. I don't think you need a little machine or handheld tool for it, so we'll try that. And the fact that I bought this cheap on Amazon and it came with gloves, I'm actually gonna use the gloves. If they splurge to throw gloves in the box at little cheap Amazon stores, I'm gonna get the hint and use them. So see how it goes. Very awkward to wrap up, but it's covered, it's safe. Hopefully it won't heat up my water lines again to the point that they dry up and break. So yeah. Alright guys, hope you enjoyed the video. Battery relocation is going to get finished in the next video when I do some more work in the trunk. The downpipe is all nice and wrapped up in the heat wrap. Hopefully it protects everything I need to protect. If you like what you guys saw, subscribe, like, comment, do all that good stuff, and more videos to come. And remember, you're only human.